SojuTalk, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Taeyeon and BTS. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage and keeping you updated in State of the Nation. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 147, and we're recording on Monday, June 12th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
All right, Anita made it this time. We had to restart this and wait. Anita's internet kicked off, but I think we're kind of Gucci now.
We're good now.
Quick reminders, check out SojuTalk wherever podcasts are, sub to us YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord if you want to talk to us and be a part of the nation. All right, no announcements this week, so we're just going to go right ahead into part one of SojuTalk episode 147, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. Warren, do I have permission to cover these big new releases this week?
Oh, well, do we have permission to talk about K-pop today?
Well, that's the second song we're going to cover. The first one is Taeyeon's Weekend, which came out on Tuesday, July 6th. So she is from SM. Debuted back in 2007 with Girls' Generation, 2015 as a soloist. Her last three solo songs were Happy, Dear Me, and Spark. No, one of them was What Do I Call You, right? That was one of them that came out.
That was in December.
Yeah. And then Music Show wins 100 with Girls' Generation, 22 as a soloist.
What was that little back and forth we did right before this?
Which one?
You were
with the... I was making a joke about the BTS song's name. God damn it.
All right. That was very funny. Let's talk about Weekend.
Yeah, how do you feel about that song, Warren? Weekend, aka Doja Cat's "Kiss Me More," right? I'm just coming out swinging this week.
I didn't see it, to be honest.
Well, I think you're blind, Anita. Look, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed about. Honestly,
no.
I think the influence is clear. I think this is her answer to do lighthearted disco, kind of easygoing chill stuff,
Light
groovy,
disco,
AOR, that kind of deal. And it works. A lot of the choreo, which you can go into more, Anita, reminds me of like TikTok choreo, like TikTok challenges. So all of that added together, I was like, okay, this is a clear answer to Doja Cat. Given her last couple of years of success, which makes sense. What I do like about it, however, is that it doesn't feel like a blatant ripoff, and it does still feel like there's a unique Taeyeon characterization to it. Like, I liked her voice a lot in this track, right? You guys remember the chorus?
Yes.
She's like, she kind
very
of
airy, very light.
Dreamlike.
Yeah.
Godly. That guy.
I agree with your point that I think the flavor of Taeyeon is sprinkled throughout for sure, right? You get the Taeyeon vibes. I will say though that I don't think that this is the song to show off her full vocal skill / range.
Yeah,
I think that's the counter, and I don't even think that's a negative thing. I think that's just more of an observation with that.
Actually, I disagree. I feel like if people who are less capable of singing do these tracks,
you think it could be bad?
I don't think it would be as good. I think because Taeyeon is capable, because of her wide range and her strength as a vocalist, it becomes as strong as this when she does something like this.
Yeah, I think overall, I don't think this song was trying to like bust any molds or do anything crazy. I think it's a very enjoyable song. If it comes on a playlist, I'm down to listen to it. It sounds like a very radio friendly, stream friendly song to me, right?
Yeah, same.
I thought it was just, this is very pleasant. It at a certain point, the music video might have felt like an airplane commercial.
I love that.
You like that aesthetic, Anita? Okay.
I do. It's the Y2K aesthetic, very Barbie vibes, especially with the color palette.
Okay. Barbie vibe, yeah.
Yes.
Barbie.
But Y2K Barbie, So I don't know. I really love visually what was going on in the music video. The styling was so pretty. My favorite makeup look of the whole video was the watercolor eyeshadow look with like the glitter eyebrow decoration. That was so pretty. I love it with the outfit. The whole video was very, very pretty. in response to the Doja Cat thing, I can kind of hear the melody being kind of similar in the chorus, but I do feel like it's a hint of that recognition, because I feel like it's the concept and a lot of the vocal choices made in this particular song is quite different. Where like I can hear the sound, but I feel like the execution is very different.
Wait, Anita, do you hear that real quick? Your phone's ringing. It's your eye doctor telling you because you're blind. Get your eyes checked.
What? I really thought my phone was ringing.
I mean, I think there's two Doja Cat songs which I think you could find some parallels. Obviously, 2021's "Kiss Me More" and then 2020's "Say So." I think is what I saw a lot of people saying.
I could hear "Kiss Me More" in the melody. I don't know about "Say So."
I mean, here's where I feel like I'm coming back to saying this has a strong Taeyeon flavor to it. It does feel like, do I think Taeyeon's a better vocalist than Doja Cat? Yes. Do I think Doja Cat's a better rapper than Taeyeon? Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I did. Oh wait. I meant yes. I didn't mean no. Wait, what was I saying? I was gonna say like I think the rap section was like
interesting.
It's one of those SM rap
like
sections where you're like, let's get through this section. You know what? let's get back to the song. But I get why it's in here. You know.
I mean, the first time around it was cute. The second time around, I was like, maybe they could have not done it. But
no, I get like it's a very standard like SM rap section for like I think especially some of their girl groups. Like I don't think anyone's gonna say like Taeyeon's gonna come out here and spit bars, right?
No,
I think it serves its purpose in this song. You know, it's just fun and bouncy. It's not trying to do anything crazy. There's no like ridiculous flow going on or anything, right? It's just there to add some variety into the song, which I think is fine.
She doesn't need to be Kendrick Lamar over here. She just needs percussions on her voice. Like that's what she needs. What I do think about the track at the end of the day, like we've had a good year of like easy listening tracks.
Yep.
You know, chill tracks. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is one of the better ones.
I agree. I'll agree with that. Yeah.
There has been some that are overly chill to the point where it's boring. Some that mess up the pacing. I don't know. I feel like arrangement wise, mix wise, everything is very crisp. Everything is very well paced. And it's chill and relaxing, but at the same time, I still think there's enough going on where I'm like, okay, my attention is still 100% whenever I want it to be, you know?
Yeah, I think for me it was just like I really like What Do I Call You? Like I think that song was really really good. I own the vinyl to it now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, if you want to talk for a second, I'll go get it and show it. I don't know.
Okay. Sure. We're a podcast. Doug wants to show something on the show.
Let's talk about the. Okay, I found it a little awkward. It was the leg arm move in the chorus.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was like, this has got to be a TikTok thing, right?
Is it? I found it a little awkward.
Okay, no. Here's where I have definite proof. I've already seen 2 of the aespa girls cover this on their social media.
They're aespa, like they're.
I mean, and they were like, it's the weekend challenge, you know, like, that's a nice cover.
I don't think I've opened it yet, but I'm pretty sure the actual discs have like flower petals on it or something.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, never open it because then the value goes down, you know?
Yeah, dude, there's a like side note. K-pop vinyls on eBay go for ridiculous amounts of money.
I bet.
I'm going to talk more about the K-pop resale game once we get to the news, though, because there's something I might be investing into resale heavily.
StockX? Okay.
Are we going?
Yeah, we were talking about the choreo.
Choreo?
Yeah. Anita, do you have anything to add?
It felt like an airplane choreo. I don't know. Like he felt like flying to me.
Yeah, there was like a lot of arm movement, but to me, the thing that I thought was supposed to be like the key move, right? Was that leg arm lifty thing,
the flamingo-y thing.
Yeah,
they left their arms and legs, so they float in air. That is what we do.
It was. I don't know. I found it a little awkward.
Wait, did he hurt himself? Did you kick something or did you pull something?
I pulled something.
What are you doing?
In the crotch region?
No, the lower thigh.
Lower
We're good.
thigh?
We're good.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay,
We're good.
We're good.
I need to work out.
That's how athletic you are, dude. You hurt yourself imitating choreography while sitting, dude.
There's a point in near 1:30 in the music video where she's like doing the choppy hand thing, like she's doing this.
Yeah.
And that's clearly a TikTok thing. That is like 100% Instagram reels, like that's what that is. No? Only me? Okay. I
guess it will be because that's the trend now, but I don't know if it's like suited for it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. I think we're good with Taeyeon's Weekend. I like this song. I like a lot of the Taeyeon stuff. She has if you look at all of her solo stuff, like a pretty wide range of stuff she's trying to do as a soloist. You never really know what you're going to get with her stuff.
She is pretty versatile so far.
All right, let's move on to the second out of two songs. So this is the last song we're covering this week. The big one though, right? Friday, July 9th. BTS's Permission to Dance. I sometimes do. I'm going to talk about it, which means I'm basically doing it. We normally have a BTS disclaimer, like, in the comment section and your reactions. Please be nice to us. We're just giving our opinions on it, and I feel like if you're entitled to have an opinion about the song, I feel like we should be allowed a little bit to have an opinion about the song.
If our opinions make you angry, please be aware that the opinions of three idiots on the internet does not affect the career of these people. They are already way beyond.
All right. So in terms of company, big hit hype, that kind of deal. Debut 2013. The last three songs. Butter, Life Goes On, Dynamite, 143 music show wins at the time of this recording.
143. That's a lot of wins.
Let's start off with a fun game, right? A little bit game.
Oh, we're gonna play a game. Okay.
So let's rank in order of preference the three American promoted songs or the Western promoted songs. So I'm saying Permission to Dance, Butter, Dynamite. What's your order of like how you like those songs?
Oh.
For me, number 1 Dynamite, 2 Permission to Dance, 3 Butter. If I had to give one.
All right.
Go, Anita.
Me, I would say Butter, Dynamite, and then Permission to Dance.
I feel like none of us agree. I think Dynamite first.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah.
And then Butter after, and then this one.
So you said like descending order, essentially, right? In terms of release date.
Yes.
Okay,
it's a very pessimistic view, but yes.
That just shows like our opinions are all over the place, even between the three of us.
Okay.
I guess I'll start as someone who liked the song, right?
Right, go for it.
I have so much enjoyment listening to this song. Even though I don't think it's like breaking any barriers, doing anything crazy, right? I think it's a relatively safe Western radio friendly song that they released. The main vibes for me, High School Musical or the end of some kind of like
in this together.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would have been better if there was like a Zac Efron cameo in this. I think it would have been hilarious or something.
You're watching this.
It really does feel like the ending song for some kind of teenage movie like High School Musical, where like they solved all the problems. Let's do a dancey thing to end the movie or end the play or whatever we're doing.
Prom night.
I had a good time with this. I think it's a really enjoyable song. I listened to it maybe 20, 30 times since Friday. I think it's really catchy. I have more technical issues than I would say issues with the song as a whole of my listening experience.
Technical.
That's where I'll stop though. And I want to see your we can get more into the technical issues later that I have with it. But what are initial opinions from, let's go with Warren.
Oh, you sure you don't want to have Anita go first?
Let's go with Anita.
Oh no. Well, I pretty much agree with the vibes that you're getting, Doug, because I also thought like Disney also like I also thought High School Musical. Maybe it has to do with like the choreography that's added like between shots and like
the chanting too. There's a chant section.
Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I don't mind that because I think it's still catchy. The melody is very, I don't know, it's very approachable. I don't know what the word would be, but it's very nice to the ear. Like it makes sense. Like it's nothing like out there, abstract or anything. Like it makes sense with the song, the lyrics. I also feel like the visuals, right? Aside from like the group dancing, they went back, or at least I guess they caught up to the Western cowboy, edgy
Hey,
cowboy
they took
look.
going Western literally with the wardrobes here, guys.
Yeah,
Like, they took that to
very
heart.
much so. I mean,
Yeah.
now I feel like I've come to the terms with it. I feel like it can look nice. I think all the outfits were pretty nice here too. I would say my favorite outfit was with Jungkook. I think his was the coolest.
Hey, he was being an emo boy a little bit with the
Yeah,
hairstyle
a little
too.
angst. Yep,
I liked
with
it. I
that
liked
hair.
it. Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Before we get there, if we're talking about like styling, I wasn't a huge fan of RM's highlighter hair.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
didn't do it for me. I don't know.
Oh, you know what I did like? I liked Suga's ash blue hair. That was
I like
pretty
that.
That
nice.
was pretty.
I
Not gonna lie,
thought that
that was
J
nice.
Hope's like platinum blonde hair was really cool too. Like that's a cool color to have. Yeah.
I feel like everyone's hair was pretty cool this week around. Although I agree with you about RM, I don't like highlighter hair.
All right, Warren, lay into us with this scathing review from the day.
Scathing review. Where do you think I'm getting a scathing? Okay, look. Here's the thing. If you remember what I said about Dynamite, you're probably not going to be too surprised when I say this. It really feels artificial. All this positivity, optimism, feels commercial, feels capitalistic, feels too Disney, feels like too much ABC channel up here. Now,
Capital.
I don't know, man. I'm not super into all that because I'm a believer of life, that life isn't all that optimistic or positive. And sure, we can have optimistic moments and positivity, but a lot of this, especially because of the way the song feels in terms of aesthetics with the whole Disney Channel thing, it really comes off like, oh, we need something that sells, let's make something positive, and this came out. That's the whole vibe I'm getting, overall impression. Whether I am right or wrong, totally irrelevant with any of this. That is what I'm getting as a listener, and that is not something I can like detach from this track. So right off the bat, I'm starting at a place where I'm biased with how the song feels. Right, it's positive, it's optimistic. I know it's something that a lot of people like, but it's something I liked about 10 years ago. You know, when I was still watching Wizards of Waverly Place. But I don't know. Doesn't do much for me nowadays. Let's talk about the song itself, right? The technical parts.
Yep.
I think in terms of instrumentation arrangement, that was very nice. I think there was a lot of attention to detail. If you listen carefully, the strings I thought were done very, very nicely. There was a lot going on in terms of like stereo and spanning. You could clearly hear cellos on the right, violins on the left. That was pretty cool. Now people have been unhappy about the vocal choices with this track. You know, people have been saying too much auto-tune, too much compressing, too much over post-production stuff, where it's difficult to understand what the people are saying, or you know, they sound like robots, whatever. You get the idea, right? Now, normally, as a music fan in general, I'm not really bugged by these things. People were complaining about it in Dynamite and Butter, whatever. I was like, this is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Here, I'm now I'm starting to feel like, okay, maybe we're crossing the line a little bit. I didn't really understand a lot of their words.
No, I do agree. I feel that relative to Dynamite and Butter, the pronunciation game, whether that was just because it's pronunciation or the way that they process the voices, a little bit hard to understand. A couple times, I had to have the subtitles on at certain points to understand what the lyrics were. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand why they did it, and understand. Sure, you know, we want to make sure these people sound perfect. We want to make sure they're. We have some rappers here who are not vocalists by training. So I get these circumstances, but at the same time, I don't feel like being perfect is the answer all the time. I feel like, you know, a certain level of imperfection makes things a lot more human, a lot more interesting, if anything, which brings me to how I feel about the track in general.
If I had background motorcycle go by, sorry about that, everyone.
No.
There was a motorcycle that went by.
It's okay. The track feels like one of those Disney movie ending tracks.
Yes, it does.
It's fun. If you like those, you'll like it. On the other hand, I do feel like it's a little generic. A lot of people have also been saying that this doesn't have a lot of BTS flavor to it. I'm kind of seeing that too. Because in my head, BTS, some of their best songs have been Fake Love, Dynamite, Fire, tracks like these, right? And sure, they've done a whole variety of things. Last couple of years, they've been doing a lot more like pop-friendly disco stuff ever since they did Boy With Love. But at the same time, here, I'm starting to feel like Zac Efron could have done this and it would have been the same track. Which,
Hey,
I don't,
Corbin Blue? My boy Corbin
Yes.
Blue? Where he at? I agree. I think going a similar route 3 times in a row for the same purpose, I think it's too much. I'll be honest. I think I wouldn't call it beating a dead horse, but like, I think it's like, I get that you don't change it till it's broke, but at the same time, you know, sometimes it's a little bit too much of the same thing.
and I'm gonna change what I said in the past, right? I have been. This has actually not been that recent. I was not big on. I was like, nah, I don't like On.
Right.
Actually, now that I think about it, I appreciate that they did On. I think the experimental things they were doing, albeit I may not have been the biggest fan of them, but I still prefer that over this, which feels like a clear, you know, what you said earlier. Now, at the same time, let me try to wrap up my rant a little bit. I'm not unexcited for BTS at the moment. You know, I'm not let down or anything, because hear me out. If you look at the album cover, it says Butter on it. And the amount of marketing that went into this track is a lot less than Butter. It feels like this is a B-side or a lead single or a follow-up single to Butter.
Kind of what it feels. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting. And it feels like this is like a follow-up to Butter, more or less, rather than another standalone thing. They're releasing a physical copy with this and Butter, you know, and the 2 instrumentals for these 2 tracks. So my guess is, okay, this is like half of a fan service, half of, you know, a push for marketing impact. The goal of this track isn't to be the greatest musical artist superstars. Overall, that is their goal, but for this track in particular, I don't think so. So I'm not left sad or like unimpressed. I'm like, okay, this is not my kind of track. I'm sure the fans will like it. I'm sure other people will like it. But I'm still excited for what they have coming next, because apparently they have an album coming up soon. So that was rather long. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, okay. So if I'm gonna compare Permission to Dance and Butter from my perspective, where I prefer Permission to Dance, it's not like I think Permission to Dance is a better song than Butter. I just find more enjoyment in listening to it just because of the vibes. I would say is mostly what it comes down to. I think this was okay. So I don't know if this is a hot take. I think Permission to Dance is the most divisive song that they've released. When I look at all of the comment sections of like Reddit or other blogs or reviewers. This is the song that's getting the most, like, people are having discussions about this song, right? And how it fits into the BTS discography, right? Okay. I wouldn't call it controversial, but like people are talking and they're like, we've had 3 of the same type of things. Clearly that's what we're going for in the West, but is this the right approach? Because is this the right thing to do, or is this what they think is the right thing to do? You know, which I think are two different things.
Okay. I mean,
what, Warren?
I don't know. To add on to that a little bit, I feel like this is the right approach. Dynamite was successful. Butter was successful. I don't think we should be doubting whether it's the right approach or direction. We should be asking, is this the only direction?
Okay.
We know the BTS boys are capable of so much more.
I know. You don't need just one direction. You could have multiple.
I want Anpan Man Part 2, you know? Like come on.
Anita, you got some more opinions or things to say about Permission to Dance?
It's funny that you mentioned One Direction in this, because in the very, very beginning of the song, there was I guess it was a guitar instrumental or something. It sounded like What Makes You Beautiful for a second. Like legit, I was like, oh.
I think that's another thing people have been saying.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I've read that somewhere.
Yeah, because I literally heard it and I was like, oh, this is very What Makes You Beautiful, One Direction type. But then it changed, right? I don't know. I agree with Warren. I had the feeling that this wasn't supposed to be like a super title track just because it came so soon after Butter, and it felt like Butter had more prep for it, more like spotlight on it.
Butter had an
leading up to
hour-long
it.
teaser where they just melted butter and animated. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
does this have?
So I mean, is it my favorite BTS track? No, but I feel like it makes sense. It makes sense with the marketing that they're going with right now at the moment. And I don't think it's a bad song. It's just not what I would expect or what I would prefer.
I want to make one more aside before we wrap up our permission to dance discussion. So our boy Ed Sheeran worked on this one, right? If this is not your favorite Ed Sheeran production, I'm gonna have a suggestion for another song he's worked on in 2021. So if you're not the biggest fan of Permission to Dance and you like more rock-ish songs, I highly suggest 1OK Rock's Renegades, which Ed Sheeran also worked on. That song is fire, so go check out 1OK Rock's Renegades.
Check out Bad Habits. Tell me how you feel about that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Other big releases this week included Girl Kind released a song called Good Vibes Only. I like that title. Daya's Yebin had a solo debut with Yes I Know. BAP's Jong Up released Us. Former Stray Kids member Woojin released Still Dream. The Boys via Universe released Drink It. And then Minji of 21 released Ti Amo. All right. Spice King. It's going to be pretty interesting this week, right? So we're going to evaluate the chart in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. And the song that places number one will be this week's Spice King. Because NCT Dream's Hello Future has picked up 2 crowns, it is eligible for Hall of Spice, which means if you win 3 times in a row, you gain entry to the Hall of Spice and are removed from the chart, and you join other esteemed songs in the Hall of Spice, including BTS's Dynamite, Twice's I Can't Stop Me, Dreamcatcher's Odd Eye, IU's Lilac, Stacy's ASAP, and BTS's Butter.
Yeah, look at all these bangers.
All right, so the chart from last week, 146, NCT Dream's Hello Future picked up at 2nd crown, Soyeon's Beam Beam was in 2nd place, and Brave Girl's Chimaparam was in 3rd place. The new candidates are the 2 songs we covered, so Taeyeon's Weekend and BTS's Permission to Dance. All right.
Douglas, you told us before recording that you have a crazy chart today.
How crazy did it get?
How
All right,
crazy.
NCT Dream's Hello Future is not on my chart.
You are crazy.
That's how crazy. I told you it was crazy.
You suck.
Okay, thank you. 3rd place, I have Soyeon's Beam Beam.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
2nd place, I have Taeyeon's Weekend. And then I do have BTS's Permission to Dance in 1st place this week.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. I didn't expect you to put Soyeon in there. Didn't you not put her on your chart last week?
I think, did I have her on my chart? Let me look. I had her in 2nd place.
Oh, never mind.
I was like kind of lukewarm on it. I listened to it a lot more. You know, it's a good song. I just think the 2 songs that came out this week are a little bit better. Okay. Anita, do you have NCT Dream on your chart?
I don't.
Oh,
NCT's in.
all right.
It was a good song, and don't worry, they did win. So teaser for the next segment, but it's not on my chart. Let's start in 3rd place for me. Okay. I'm gonna put BTS Permission to Dance on 3rd. Yeah, I feel like the melody's super catchy. I feel like I should put it in 3rd because if I'm being honest, it hasn't been to the same level as Butter or Dynamite. So I feel like it should start in 3rd to see how it goes in the next couple of weeks and more listening. And in 2nd, I'm gonna put Taeyeon's Weekend because I love the aesthetic. And
wait, this is an interesting chart. Okay.
Yeah,
This is gonna be interesting.
Yes, very, very nice song from Taeyeon. And number 1,
is it
1st
Soyeon?
place. No.
Is it
It's
Brave
not.
Girls still?
Yeah.
Still? What? Still?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay,
But
Anita.
what can I say? I think it's still a summer banger. Maybe it's because of the season. I've been more biased towards the more summer peppy bops, to be honest.
Can I put Wego on my chart? Like that's like I'm
God
so,
dang,
like
Anita.
That well, I don't know. That's your chart, Warren.
Man, okay, Anita, interesting chart.
Oh man, okay. I mean, I do have a chart written. I'm
Right.
like, I really want to change it. Now I know
I
how
do.
I'm feeling.
No, you can't change it. You can't change it.
I apologize to every time I've pointed my finger to Anita. I apologize. Now I understand her feeling. Look, NCT, unlike you filthy animals, I have actually put NCT Dream on my chart.
There you go. There you go,
in
Warren.
third?
They're the future. Yes, I'm putting them on third.
Okay.
Man. A second. I'm putting Beam Beam by Soyeon.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't think now that it's been a week, a little longer, I don't think it has the same like sticking power that a lot of other tracks do that we have on our chart. But I am still impressed nonetheless with the way she is able to kind of dissect her lyrics. That is not something a lot of people can do nowadays, you know. Gotta give my shout outs there. So I'm putting Beam Beam on second. On first. I don't think it's a surprise. I'm putting Taeyeon's Weekend on first.
Nice.
Because I am a huge Doja Cat stan. You know me. I am
Really?
the world's biggest. Of course. This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of Doja Cat. What do you think? Like Doja Cat, Soja
This is
Talk,
interesting. All right.
Soja Boy.
We went into Warren before Warren gave his songs, right? We had a tie between BTS and Taeyeon. And
But not anymore.
BTS didn't win. Like, this is the first time BTS has not won week 1 on our chart, I believe.
Damn.
There's plenty of time, though.
First place, Taeyeon's Weekend with 7 points.
Cool.
Second place, BTS's Permission to Dance with 4 points.
Nice.
There was a numeric tie between Soyeon and Brave Girls for third place, but we have an Anita syndrome thing again, where because
There you
Anita came
go.
in first place and had a first place vote, Wiko got third place this week.
Just putting that out there. People in the Nation pod also think you are the agent of chaos.
Oh my god, Anita.
You are like
This is 3 weeks in a row that your stray vote has caused like ruckus in our chart.
Okay, look, Anita, just because you say things with a nice calming voice doesn't mean you're not causing chaos over here, okay? Like you,
Wow.
you-
I mean, I'm being honest.
All right,
Brave
so
Girls got it.
to reiterate, picking up her first crown this week is Taeyeon's Weekend. Second place is BTS's Permission to Dance, and third place is Brave Girls' Chimap Bottom. That's a surprising chart. All right, but we're finally at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yeah, so as I teased before, NCT Dream picked up some wins on M Countdown, Music Bang, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So they're up to 4 total wins for Hello Future. So congrats to them.
Nice.
And then we have Luna, Paint the Town, with their first win on the show for this comeback. So congrats to them.
This is their first win as all 12 members. So this is the first time Hostel has won.
Congratulations. Go Orbit.
So here's some side notes. SBS has officially announced that Inkigayo will be on pause from July 25th to August 1st due to the Olympics. I don't know if
Okay.
that's going to hold true for all of the shows, but if Inkigayo is not airing, there's a good chance a lot of these will not be airing as well. We're going to talk about that more later in the show, but also NCT Dream in 2021 are triple million sellers. So Hot Sauce
Wow.
has now sold 2 million copies, and Hello Future, which is a repackage, has now sold over 1 million as well.
Man, look at that.
Yay.
Look at that.
And because BTS, I think before this whole deal with Permission to Dance, they didn't have a physical in the year. I believe NCT Dream was in first place before that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Biggest K-pop boy groups of the first half of 2021,
Yeah.
maybe, you know?
Yeah,
Look at that.
technically.
Wild.
Yeah. All right, so we're now at the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 147. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 147, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. Boom. All right, BTS's Butter is officially number 1 on this week's Billboard Hot 100 chart for the 7th week in a row.
Oi.
Butter drew in 29.1 million radio airplay impressions, 10.8 million US streams, and sold 108,000 singles this week. In the week ending on July 8th is what I was trying to say. Hey,
big
they got it.
numbers.
They've been holding that number one spot as many weeks as the members they got now. That's a
Exactly.
big
Hey,
accomplishment.
1 week
And
for everybody.
from what I understand, they are extending their record for the group song that had debuted at number one and stayed there the longest.
Man, look at that. I
That's
mean,
kinda
at-
nuts.
At this point, I feel like it's safe to say this is one of the biggest pop songs of the year.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, this news, the next one is a actual big talking point. It came out of left field. So on July 8th, JYP Entertainment released a mysterious teaser for something entitled Blind Package. According to JYP Entertainment, the upcoming girl group will debut in February 2022, making it JYP's first new girl group in 3 years since ITZY's debut in February of 2019. The new girl group will be managed by JYP Entertainment's Division 4. So they created this new thing called Division 4, and it's being led by Lee Ji-young, who is the company's first female executive director. Meanwhile, Blind Package has been described as a limited edition package, and you can get it in limited or exclusive. So there's going to be two ways or two different things you can buy. That includes the upcoming group's debut single and has been estimated with the delivery date of February 2022.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So it's like those anime figures that I pre-order that it ain't coming for like 6 months, 7 months.
Hey, I didn't know that.
The package will only be available for pre-sale for 10 days between July 16th to the 25th.
So this is like Indiegogo for K-pop? Is that what this is?
This is weird, right? Like, I don't get
It's
what's
odd.
going on. We don't know. Like, all we know is a girl group, right? We don't know how
Right.
many members they got, what vibe they're giving off. All we know is they got this package. You could look it up online. It comes with like a Polaroid, comes with the albums, photo book, things like that. But like, you are literally going in blind with this, as the name suggests. I don't think the girl group's name is actually going to be Blind Package. That would be a terrible name. If it is, though, come back to this and make fun of me if that ends up being the girl group's name.
I don't think we'd be making fun of you if it's Blind Package, just to be honest.
I really don't know what JYP's doing with their girl group divisions, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
Man, confusing. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I feel like it's either one of two things. I feel like it's their attempt to do a clever marketing tactic, you know, whether it might work or not, I don't know. Or my guess is them trying to figure out the market before they go in, right? Because
Yeah.
this happens, people are gonna talk. They're gonna talk on Twitter, talk on Reddit, you know, talk, and they're gonna be able to figure out who's doing well, who's not doing well, where they need to improve, how they should characterize these people. I feel like this is more of a marketing experiment because they have the resources to do these kinds of things. That's my guess.
I mean, I would agree with that, but now that we're seeing the details, I feel like you're not testing out anything really because you're not giving them like any sort of like sample or like
You're
teaser.
testing loyalty to the brand.
Exactly, like
Okay.
money.
Okay.
How willing are people to spend money on something they have no clue what
Okay.
it is?
So they're
I-
trying to figure out how many JYP stands they have.
I mentioned I might be buying something in the beginning of the show. I might be buying the Blind Package, many of them. I feel, right? Call me crazy.
Okay.
Generally, K-pop things on the resale game are very expensive, right? Things that are
Right.
limited, especially things that are sealed. If I buy like 10 of the blind packages, right? Because, you know, if we think about it, this JYP new girl group will probably pop off. It would be really against the norm if it doesn't, right? When's the last time a big 3, big 4 group has failed? Like completely? I don't think ever, right? At least in the last couple of years, 3-4 years.
Girls' Generation failed horribly.
If you buy the blind package, right? I'm telling you guys, I'm giving you some info, some investment info from your boy Doug, who likes to do stocks, right?
Oh my god.
What we got to do, guys, when July 16 hits, you got to order as many limited and exclusives as you can, as many as you can possibly do. Rent mom's credit card, swipe,
No,
right?
No.
Hide it from her until February when this
Do not
stuff
do
comes
that,
out,
please.
and then they only release the regular EP or mini album. Everyone's gonna be like, bro, but there used to be this limited and exclusive one that we can't even buy anymore. And then that's when you listed on eBay, double the price, baby. Let's go.
I would like to once again note that this does not reflect the opinions of Warren. I wouldn't follow this financial advice.
This
Do
is
not
the definition
steal your-
of stonks, yo.
This
We're
is
going
not-
to the
What he
we're
wants?
going to the moon with this plan.
Don't touch your mom's credit card. I would rather buy
Please,
Dogecoin.
no.
Even better, touch your
Don't buy
mom's
those-
credit card, get her in this, and make your mom claim it was fraud. Free money, guys.
I would like to point out our most recent Patreon subscribers was a mom and her son. So
Hey.
I mean, I'm just saying.
All I'm saying, okay, so jokes aside, like most likely if you buy this and you hold it, it will go like the value of this will go through the roof at some point. Because
I mean, yeah.
people love exclusive stuff, and you know there's so many people who'll see the normal version of this and be like, man, but that exclusive version with the extra stuff though, you know. That being said, the funniest thing would be if they actually release the limited and exclusive stuff again when it comes out. Like,
That
there's
could
no
happen.
there's no
That
promise that they won't.
happen.
You know,
Right,
there's
right,
no
right.
promise of that.
It could be limited, but it could also be like 50 million. You know, it's limited too. You know, like
That being said, I guess the real takeaway here is new girl group in like the first quarter of 2022 for JYP. That seems kind of early, right? Like,
Yeah, 3 years
Miles
is not
away.
that long.
I guess the way we were seeing it was that if ITZY had a good 2021, I was willing to put them in like the upper echelon girl group, like the top tier level for me.
Wow.
I was
Already.
willing. I was at the point where I'm like, you know, I feel like the IZ*ONE spot that was occupying the big four girl groups, what I think are Blackpink, Twice, Red Velvet at the top. Regardless of what you think of the past couple years for them, they were at the top at a certain point. And then I said IZ*ONE over last year kind of pushed themselves into that conversation too. And since IZ*ONE went away, I was thinking that it was going to be a fight between ITZY and aespa to be in that spot, right? So in the conversation at least, right? But I didn't. But my whole thing was that not yet, right? That we're not in that yet. We're in the neighborhood, right? We're all of a sudden gonna have another girl group. All of a sudden, fam. I don't know. It just feels a little bit rushed to me.
I mean, here's what I think. I feel like ITZY has a very general target demographic.
Yep.
Very wide net, get as many general public people as much as possible, traditional girl group formula. But now we have Division 4 led by company's first female executive director. Shout outs to that, by the way, right?
Yep.
Now maybe she's going to try to do something different, try to go after a different target demographic. What if now the Venn diagram does not have any overlaps? What if it's two different circles and not a big butt? Butts are nice too, but like no overlap.
Hey, they
that
should.
might be
Okay,
nice too.
they should make. I know that the what is it? The photo cards are a bit of gacha system, right?
Right,
But
right.
what if we actually make albums like gacha systems, where if you get the right album, you get better stuff in it?
no.
That might be the next wave.
What
you know what I'm
if
saying?
you buy the album and some of them have the CD and some
No,
of
I'm
them
saying
don't
like
have the
there's a 1 in 100 chance it's signed or something.
Oh, that might be
God,
nice.
Could you imagine? Or like, 1 in 250 chance there's a signed Polaroid, or we start doing it, we go like that. That might be
No.
the actual move.
That might kill people's wallets and their
Exactly.
bank accounts. Here at SojuTalk, we encourage healthy spending habits.
Do we though?
Yes.
I don't know if I do.
The opinion of Douglas does not reflect.
Overall, though, I think it's just interesting. Girl group all of a sudden, and this marketing tactic is a completely new thing in the game. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see how it happens.
Speaking of IZ*ONE, the announced IZ*ONE reunion discussions, yeah, they reportedly fell through. Sadly,
no.
on July 6th, a source from CJE&M stated, "Quote: Until recently, we spoke with the agencies while leaving various options open for consideration, but IZ*ONE's reunion ultimately fell through."
Dang.
I was I'm gonna say overly cautiously optimistic. I don't even know if that's the proper way to say it, but like I was like, if it happens, good. I had zero expectations for this. I think it's sad that it's not going to happen, but at the same time, the logistics and the companies having to divert their plans and stuff made this very difficult, I would say.
I don't know. I kind of was hopeful that it might happen, given like, I don't know, seems pretty obvious to me that them staying together is gonna make a lot more money.
Kind of true, actually.
But I guess companies are like, no, I want the money. I don't want them to make money. I like money. Give me money. Cash flow.
Some of the kids are starting to do stuff too in like.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the one that was announced yesterday, Taeyeon is joining. There's going to be a show, right? It's hosted by BoA. Basically,
Ooh.
backup dancer crews are gonna battle each other, and Taeyeon
Oh, that's
Taeyeon is in it.
nice.
Like she's joining one of the crews temporarily for this
Okay.
competition.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like I think one of the groups has worked with like YG and SM artists. One group is Chungha's backup dancers, like things like that level.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the crews
I'll
are
check
announced
it
now, so you
out.
can go look that up. But Chaeyeon's a part of the competition, not like a mentor or anything. She's in it. She's dancing. So
Damn.
that's
He
pretty
told me he's going back to doing main AKB stuff. She's a
that.
senbatsu. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So, best of luck to the IZ*ONE girls. Kind of sad that it fell through. You know what else fell through? Hichul and Momo's relationship. So it was reported this week that Hichul and Momo have ended their relationship due to their busy schedules. Understandable.
It
JYP and label SJ later confirmed the reports. In this, like, number one, dating as a Korean celebrity is extremely inherently difficult and doesn't really work. And with idols, yeah, good luck with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Hopefully they're still on good terms though.
Very
That's all we can
sad.
really wish for. We got good news though. It's not all bad. Blackpink's Lisa reportedly set to film her music video this week and will make her solo debut in the summer.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Okay.
happening.
Go.
I'm excited.
Finally.
I think this one has the so Jenny, it was like, first try with this, let's see what happens. Did really well in Korea, solo, awesome. Rose, she's gonna do her Rose thing. I think this Lisa one though has the highest chance of going big globally because Lisa as a name is massive on a global scale.
What do you guys want for her solo stuff?
Hype. Dance.
Hype dance. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want the bass. Give me the bass, right?
Right.
I want Lisa's take on a track like WAP.
Yeah. Okay. No, really. Like I
I'm
don't like.
serious. Why do you
I'm
think
serious
that's a
too.
joke?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has full potential to be K-pop's next badass.
I want a stank
Human.
face when we watching this.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I want
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
look at
that.
that. Yeah.
But shout out
Stank
to
face.
Lisa. I think they know what they're doing. Hopefully, it'll be really good. This week also, Mnet's Girls Planet 999. I'm excited about this show. It's airing on August 6th. They dropped a teaser, which included some familiar faces. Also, they started to release different versions of the theme song, that kind of thing. The Korean
wow.
one released today. I forgot what the song title is. O, but those O's actually stand for something. I just don't remember off the top of my head. So you can now basically tell who's in the show. We had some other confirmed familiar faces. So we knew about CLC's Yujin. She was going to be on the show. Cherry Bullet, it's more than just G1. So it's G1, Bora, and May. Bandit, they have a member, Sungun. And then Fanatics, Doa, Nayeon. And then, I'm going to butcher this name. I believe she's a Chinese member of this group. Jie, I think her name is. So, actually, a lot of K-pop people are in this.
I
I'm
see.
still so curious about the language barriers that's going on. I will say this, for the record, if there is a trainee who knows Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin, regardless of talent level, that will be my one pick this year.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there. If there is a trainee who knows those three languages, mark my
Multilingual.
words, that is my bias.
I mean, you never know who's going to be on the show that's going to wreck
That's
everything.
what I'm saying. It might happen. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of fun if that happened.
That's an advantage.
There's one girl, so I think one of the Cherry Bullet girls and one of the Fanatics girls. So I think the Fanatics girl is from China. She probably speaks some Korean, and the Cherry Bullet girl, I believe May, is from Japan. So they already have an inherent advantage, right? Like they at least speak two. If one of them speaks the third, game over. That's my bias. I'm kind of excited for that show, though. We got like 3 weeks or so. I think
Something like that.
I'll be watching that
Wow,
for sure
yeah.
because I'm a sucker for rigged Mnet
Oh,
survival shows.
I mean,
Let's
this
go.
is essentially produced season 5.
it
right?
is.
They have a theme song.
It basically is,
on.
dude. Yeah. Instead of 2 countries, how about 3? Next year we're gonna do 4. So in kind of big oof news, but ongoing oof news, COVID-19 in Korea, right?
Oh.
They went to
Wow.
the highest level of the restrictions and stuff in Seoul, I believe. So in Korea, for reference, there's 30% of the population has 1 dose of the vaccine, with only 10.9% fully vaccinated. Compared to the United States, I know United States is obviously doing very well. 55.8% of United States people have 1 dose, with 48.2% fully vaccinated. So there's a big difference there, right? The Delta variant in Korea is kind of going ham right now. I think like it's close to the peak numbers being the highest it's ever been during the whole pandemic on a daily basis, something like that. In terms of K-pop, we had one idol test positive this week. It was AT's San.
Oh no.
And then we had a bunch of other people having to be tested because they came into contact with people who were positive. So the people who tested negative were the other members of AT's, Brave Girls, Luna, Lightsum, Kingdom, soloist Baekhyun, Icon's Jinhwan, and Mire's Dongpyo. So all of those other people who tested negative had to get tested because they came in contact with other people. So that really just shows how much it's popping off in Korea right now. Kind of scary, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still going on. Gotta be careful still.
Man, yeah, I don't know. Korea's done a weird thing. There's where it's become a political topic, the whole vaccine thing. So I'm not going to comment on it too much. What I will say, if you're there, I hope you're staying safe. I hope your family's safe. I hope my family's safe. I've called some of you. Most of you guys don't listen. Doesn't matter. I
think
some celebrities are starting to get it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think regardless of your feelings of vaccines or not, on an objective level, a lot of people have died from COVID. And I think at a minimum, you can do your part to be smart about it and be socially distancing yourselves during these hard times if you live in an area that's particularly affected pretty harshly at the moment.
Well, it's been great since I've gotten the vaccine. My body is magnetic. I can put the spoons on my body now. It doesn't fall off. Yeah. And my 5G comes out on my fingers. You guys know that? Yeah.
I've been using Warren as a wireless hotspot from his apartment.
dang.
I just connect to the Warren.
Yep,
on my
that's what
phone.
you do. That's what they do. Doug puts the phone in my mouth and it emits radioactive waves. That's what the vaccine does.
And then I
guys.
rest it on
Super
his big
exciting.
thighs to charge the phone wireless. That's what we've been doing. As it says, 2 bros.
Too far. Too far.
All right.
Now it's a big comeback.
Announced comebacks this week. So Sejong is releasing something on July 23rd. Yo, shout out to Sejong. Akmu, July 26th. Dreamcatcher, late July. I mean, late July, bro. You got 18 days left. You better hurry up with that one. Give us a date. Astro, August 2nd. Blackpink's Lisa, as we said, in the summer. NCT 127 in the summer, Anita. That's apparently happening.
Oh, interesting.
All of a sudden,
I would like to add Rocket Punch is dropping the acoustic remix of Ring Ring.
I'm sure people really care about that one. Warren.
I'm just putting that out there. You guys should care.
Just in case.
Just, all my Rocket Punch catchy fans out there.
All right. State of the nation, my wait was finally over. My most anticipated anime of the summer core finally came out. So Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. Even if you haven't seen Season 1, you could watch Season 2, Episode 1 and fully understand what's going on. I don't think it's that difficult to understand what's going on.
It's
Go on.
No, keep going.
It's the return of Kyoto Animation on this kind of scale as well. It's really good. The animation's amazing. The voice acting's really good. Please watch Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Additionally, not really K-pop. I've been cooking a lot lately.
Ooh,
I've been
nice.
chefing it up. Get some bussin' things going on in my house.
Cooking, making food.
So obviously the summer. If you don't know, if you're new to the show, my parents and my family, we own a fishing business, which means summer is the time we gonna make our money, right? Fishing in New Jersey is a big deal. So we work pretty long hours in the summer. So I've been trying to cook some dinners for my family once or twice a week
Very
now.
nice.
You know,
What a
Very
nice
wholesome.
son.
instead of just mooching, you know, I'm trying to be good. So I've been hitting up the grocery store, buying my ingredients, cooking. You know, this weekend we did some Korean barbecue. I prepared all that, got all the fixins, stir fried some kimchi before they came home. You know, cooked the meats. You know, we did that up. That's kind of easy though.
Barbecue.
And then yesterday we made some adobo chicken. Shout out to the Philippines.
Oh, well.
That was bussin', yo. So good. And right now I got some beans soaking. We're gonna make some red beans and rice, which is a southern dish.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's gonna be good. I got some andouille sausage
Very-
ready to go.
Very international.
Yeah, I don't really cook Korean food all that much.
No. But
It's like my mom's good at that, so it's like, what's the point?
I mean, Korean food is a lot of work. Let's be honest. You know, like, because you gotta make sure the rice is done. You gotta have like 2 main dishes. You know, you gotta have like 50 different banchans out. You know, you gotta get the
yeah.
soup. You know, you gotta make sure the kimchi is ripe. You know, like it's so much effort for like what 10 minutes of a meal. Like, come on.
10 minutes.
These days as well, like internet, like those like cooking YouTubers who have millions of subscribers, their recipes are quite simple these days, and like
Oh, yeah.
the food's always good and it's not too complicated. So I've been just following these instructions I find on YouTube. That's pretty much me. What about you guys?
Anita, how's life been?
It's been pretty good. Nothing
Nice.
much happened, to be honest. Yeah. pretty.
Bro,
Anita, nothing happened.
Okay.
did you not write anything on the script today?
Anita, the second
Literally.
we ended the pod last week, she's been sitting there waiting for today's recording.
Yeah, literally. No.
BTS and Taeyeon.
What happened? We celebrated my dad's birthday, I guess.
Okay,
That's something.
Shout out to Anita's dad. You did something. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
there you go.
We did that. So it was pretty
Did you
nice.
have a meal? Was there a meal involved?
Yes, we had
What'd
some
you guys have?
Mexican food. We went to some restaurant. And,
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty nice. The weather was a little like not too hot, not too cold. It's been raining quite a bit.
Oh man,
So-
it's been so rainy the last couple of days, right?
Yeah. I guess in a lot of places it has been, but yeah, nothing much. It was a very nonchalant weekend.
Anita,
I'll say
did
that.
you go to Popeyes and have the chicken sandwich yet?
No, I haven't.
God damn it, Anita.
I will do it sometime.
All right. Yeah, bro, that chicken sandwich. We had a whole discussion about which place has good chicken sandwiches last week. You know, my favorite, Popeyes, hit up that spicy chicken sandwich.
I have
Let's go.
heard that it's really good.
It's
That's
good.
some
It's good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Well, you know, I did a whole bunch of stuff. I made a Lego Adidas Superstar. That's pretty
yeah.
cool. I was a big Lego guy growing up, like as a child, right? Like, you know, toys, Legos. They are kind of expensive. Did not know how expensive they
Okay,
are.
now that I'm an adult and I see how expensive the Legos were I had as a kid, like I'm sure inflation and stuff, but like it's expensive, dude.
Right, yeah.
Damn.
Now I understand why my parents weren't like, I will buy you the next season of Bionicles. You know, like I get that now.
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah.
So shout outs to them. Shout outs to the Lego Adidas Superstars. Being kind of a hype beast, that's kind of cool. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, so if you're listening to the audio thing, Warren has like an Adidas Superstar made out of Legos, like a shoe
Oh yeah.
made out of Legos.
Literally a shoe.
It's kind of crazy.
It
if you think
looks
about
like
it.
the real thing.
Apparently size 7.5.
Damn.
Oh, it came with a lace too? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
kinda
has
interesting.
actual fabric laces.
Huh.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. I just wanted to show that off because it's gonna be in the background every time we record now.
Oh wait, okay. You know, I was thinking,
Yeah.
I know I can't actually tell you this. Oh,
What?
you'll talk about it in the pod later. All right, keep going.
Okay. Well,
I
I've
was
been
gonna-
watching a lot of Marvel stuff recently too.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it for a while because I didn't want to mention it every week. But Loki has been on.
Oh, you kept up with it. Okay.
Finale is airing on Wednesday. Super excited. I can't really suggest it to anybody who hasn't really been following Marvel. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I also saw Black Widow, which dropped a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Premiere Access. If you want to pay $29, if you want to go to the theater, if you're feeling safe about that, you can go to that too. Or you can also pirate it. You know, that's also an option.
Warren.
Look, here's the thing. I do think that movie was really, really good. I don't want to. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the beginning of it. I guess if you don't want to hear about the beginning, you can skip ahead. But the beginning of it is very, very dark. I thought it was gonna be like a child trafficking documentary for a long time.
Oh my god.
That's how it began. The opening sequence was like pretty serious and like
Dang.
it felt like a clear like Jeffrey Epstein kind of shout out. Like,
what?
I mean, like I kind of knew about Black Widow's background before going in. Right, she was kidnapped as a kid or captured as a kid, trained to be a spy in the Red Room. That they've already touched upon all of this since like the second Avengers movie. That you know what they pulled it off into a nice little story. I do wish they would have put this movie out before Infinity War. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna ask like how you felt about it, having known what happens with her character.
I mean, even though I knew what's gonna happen to this character, I still liked the journey. I still had a lot of fun watching it. And there was a lot of redeeming moments for Black Widow where I feel like her character arc is pretty much complete. I'm not gonna say it's like 100%, but like it was a nice goodbye to our first generation Black Widow.
If I understand correctly, ScarJo couldn't go to the premiere because she's pregnant at the moment.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
you
you mentioned Marvel, so I kind of have to say what I was gonna say before now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Warren, your birthday's coming up soon, right? I'm gonna pre-order you that Infinity Gauntlet Lego thing for your birthday. I'll pre-order
Oh, thank you.
that. That's
Oh my
Lego
God.
and Marvel related, so I'll get you.
There you go. Best of both worlds.
It comes out. There's sort of a JYP situation. It comes out on August 1st, but it's not that far away. So
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad you told me because I was about to pre-order it.
well,
too.
now I'm getting it for you. So
Hey.
Oh,
pre-order it now. Let's
thank
go.
you. I that is where my Lego buying is gonna stop though, because I do need to move around every now and then. Like
True.
I'm living on rent here. I'm living in Manhattan. It's not cheap. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna move all of these. Like kind of pack these. I'm kind of worried about that. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, I had a segue to the World Cup, but now it's gone. We're doing the World Cup now.
Hey.
And if you are a weeaboo, well, do worry not. People in the trash can. I have a special for you today. We have the Anime Cliches World Cup. 16 rounds. Hey, but if you are not a fan of anime, if you have never watched anime, I still feel like some of these you're gonna get.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about, or we're gonna discuss like these common things that happen in like all the animes you watch, like things that just keep on reoccurring, and you're like again every time it comes up, because there are a lot of things in anime that just keep happening over and over again every single time you watch
show
one.
for some reason. Some of them are like general like movie cliches too. So we'll see. We'll talk about all of them. We'll talk about all 16. We're gonna pick our favorite.
Okay, let's go.
Just pleasant one. Round one.
If it loads, dude. All right, here we go.
We have. Oh no!
We're starting with this one.
We have. Oh no! I fell on my hand, and now my hand is on your boob. Versus store-bought chocolate does not exist during Valentine's Day.
So it's like surprise sexual assault, or like surprise chocolate. Those are the two options.
The thing is, right? Like it's like it happens in every like harem show where the main character falls. And he's like, I stumbled and I have sexually harassed you.
Okay, so there's like a genre called ecchi, which is essentially like sexualized like anime with some sus things, right? Even in stuff that's not supposed to be sus, this happens quite often, in my opinion.
Every show. You kidding? Every show where like there's a guy. So every show.
Okay, I know what Nita's gonna. Okay, also like okay. So what we mean by chocolate, right? Is there's a thing called White Day in Asian countries, which is a day when I believe females give out chocolate to either their friends or people.
No. Okay, so the Valentine's Day is when the girls give it to the guy.
Oh, it's the opposite. Oh, never mind. We're talking about Valentine's Day then.
Right.
Never mind.
We're talking about Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So on Valentine's Day, they give out chocolate to males typically, and it's either.
Friends.
There's either chocolate, which is called like I forgot exactly what the term is, but it's like I'm giving you this chocolate because we're friends. Like clearly we're friends. And then there's chocolate like I'm giving you this chocolate that's homemade because kind of like you a
I
little
have
bit.
feelings for you.
So the cliche is that, you know, store made chocolate doesn't exist. There's always these kids making it in their home ec rooms of these high school shows.
That's
right.
cool.
It's the thing where like in the beginning of the episode, they're like, "Oh, wait, I forgot about Valentine's Day. It's in 2 days. Hey, friend, can you help me make this chocolate?" And they spend the entire episode making the chocolate.
And there's like a montage of them failing, you know.
Right,
That's
right,
really
right.
cute.
And then at the end, it doesn't look that good, but it's the effort that counted. You know, there's always things like
Exactly.
that.
And then the next episode, they spend an entire 30 minutes trying to give it to the guy. And the guy is like so like oblivious where he's like,
course.
you're my friend now. Thank you for the chocolate. And the girl's like, no, chocolates. I choose store-bought chocolate does not exist.
Let's
Me
see how much
too.
let's see how much anime I actually know. So the right picture is Miku from Quintessential Quintuplets. The left one is Infinite Stratos, isn't it? I believe it is.
I'm not too sure. No,
What?
I'm
I'm pretty sure it is.
I just
Dang,
found it.
dog.
I think the store bought chocolate's okay. Okay for the sake of our show, we should pick the chocolate.
Okay.
100%.
Breaking the fourth wall aside, I think the chocolate thing is actually really cute. Like
I
the
think it's cute too.
It is.
person falling and putting their hands on like the boob or the butt, like that happens like in literally every show. Like it's like too overplayed for me. you know?
My favorite chocolate episode I've seen, right? I want to say it's in Nisekoi. I think that chocolate episode is really good. That happens in that Valentine's Day episode.
Right? I guess
We
chocolate
choosing
wins.
chocolate? Yep, let's do chocolate.
Chocolate
Yay.
wins. All right. Say no to sexual harassment. Round 2.
If
Round
it
2.
loads.
I see the circle loading. Okay, round 2. We have the childhood friend versus the final battle. Everybody, we can do it together. Yay! Okay, so let me try to explain. The childhood friend is that character, especially in harem shows, where like she is cheerful, she's caring, she's a childhood friend of the main character, you know, and they always lose.
They always lose.
They always lose.
Dang.
I don't know why. They never win. It's very sad. The final battle cliche is where like one of those shonen shows where all the characters in the final episode of the show, right? All the characters that have been in the show, you know, like
Team up.
right, they team up, they make an appearance, and the main character is like struggling, and then
And, like,
everyone's
the-
like, yeah,
And like the first couple villains show up, even though they didn't like him a long time ago. You know, they
Now they're
show up
friends.
too.
Now
they're
they're
friends. You know, that kind of thing. You know, I'm gonna name some. So we have Onodera from Nisekoi. That was best girl on that show. We have Ichigo from Darling in the Franxx on the left, and you have one of my favorite characters ever on the right side, Fujiwara with the pink hair. You know, out of these two, I think the childhood friend losing is just hilarious. Like,
Really? It makes me sad.
you watch these shows, right? And it's apparent from like the beginning. This girl, although she's probably should win if this was a real thing, 100% gonna lose right now, right? Like
Dang.
Anita.
she gonna take a big old L.
I know that the childhood friend losing is sad, but someone needs to lose.
Someone needs to lose.
Japan is a monogamy society, you know? Like we can't there's no open relationship. That's not a thing. Someone has got to lose. That being said, I really don't like the final battle cliche.
Really?
I think it's
kinda like
terrible.
it.
I think it's terrible.
Really?
Here's the thing.
Aw.
I don't know. I feel like this is in character for me, especially after what I said about positivity and permission to dance, right? Like, because it, you know, like it's like every shonen show ever at the ending, you know, every character shows up for like, oh, you can do it. I don't know. Something about that is feels
I
cringy
rather
and always feels forced. You
The
know?
main character and the final boss kill each other than the homie showing up. Honestly, I think it
What?
makes because I feel like the story is complete. You know, like the mission has been accomplished.
And it's
Dang,
always like
that's so
it's always
sad.
too clear why like the characters show up, right? Because like it's
He's
a
too
shonen.
strong. He's too strong.
It's
right?
like it's a show about friendship. So bring
No,
your
or,
friend.
you know, no,
like-
it's
I like
it's it's more rewarding in the final battle if the ride or die crew, like the crew that has grown up together, deals with it themselves. In my opinion,
yeah.
we don't need outsiders to join the temporary party. Like we should
We don't-
finish what we started.
we don't need the random firefighter who was in the episode twice. You know, like we don't need the random policeman who was in like 15 minutes, like 3 seasons ago. Like we don't need that person in here. You know, like,
nah. We don't need
just the OG crew is enough.
The OG crew's enough. You know, childhood friend losing's hilarious when it happened. Like, also, it's very straightforward. Spoilers. I'm gonna do a quick spoiler. A lot of this is actually not spoiler. So I guess this whole picture's a spoiler because you know they're all gonna lose.
Oh.
Just say it. Good job, Warren.
I don't know 2 of these characters, so like,
I don't know the top 2. I know the bottom 2. Yeah. You know, the girls they were gonna lose to though, like, all right, Darling in the Franxx is fairly obvious who was gonna win that, right? Let's be real here. Boku no Darling, right? Like,
the show's named after her.
Yeah. But you know, I think out of these 2 cliches, I like Childhood Friend more. I think it's funnier. I think it's also it helps, like, even though Childhood Friend typically loses, it's about the journey, not the destination.
Oh, that's some wisdom right there. I also choose Childhood Friend. You won me over, man.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Round 3, the third round. Round of threes. Third round. Tree round.
You can do it. Okay.
Try round. Okay. We have noseblood when ecchi happens.
Nosebleed.
Nosebleed, you know?
Uh-huh.
When the main character or male characters or female characters for that matter, when they see something sexy, you know, when they see someone, you know, half naked or something, they start bleeding. Their nose bleeds for some reason.
Projectile nosebleeds.
Gushes out for some reason.
If it's really good, both nostrils, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes just the drizzle, sometimes just like full on waterfall. So that's a thing. I don't know why. The second is classroom. We have a new student today.
The transfer student.
Yes, that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's relatable because it does happen. There's always like that little buzz of like people talking around like, oh, did you see there's somebody new in class? Okay,
transfer student always comes along with childhood friend though. There's a high probability that transfer student is childhood friend. I think
not
so.
Always.
There's a high probability.
Here's the thing. There's also one of those shows that rely on like new characters to like drive the plot forward, you know, like those character shows where every character is unique, like Psyche Kuso. The problem with those shows is you start running out of characters. You gotta put new characters in. So you have a situation where only a year has passed, and like there's a new student every month. Just like, you have another new student this month. Oh, another new student this month. You know, like that doesn't make sense.
I'm looking at you, Nisekoi or Data Life. It's literally like every single time they want to introduce a new character, it's a transfer student. Like every single time. I think the nosebleed thing is just like funny whenever it happens. Like,
I think the nosebleed thing is very relatable. Obviously,
it's
scientifically proven that everyone bleeds their nose when they see something that is sexually arousing. Therefore, I choose a very realistic
exciting.
Cliche.
Not sexual, but there is a K-pop relationship to that happening. If you look it up, there's a Twice story where Mina claims that she wanted a puppy all of her like childhood, and when her parents finally got her a puppy, she bled from both noses.
I mean, Mina is
from both
Japanese.
nostrils. Both nostrils.
Mina is Japanese, so who knows?
Maybe it's a Japanese thing. You just bleed from both nostrils when you get
Anita,
excited.
did you think I was joking when I said it's scientifically proven? You have my evidence right there.
You know, out of the 2 cliches, I think the one I like more is like transfer student though, because it's like when you first start school. There's
exactly.
You don't know what's gonna happen. What is this? Is there gonna be an instant love confession? Because sometimes that happens. You know, like
you never know.
Is there someone from the past?
Every time there's a new student, it's a funky weirdo that has special powers and like.
True.
It was like, I saw you the morning. I saw you. You bumped into me this morning. You know, it's.
Do you remember our promise from when we were 3? That also is another thing that happens.
You have the necklace too? Oh my god.
We're engaged, but you just don't know, right? That's another thing that happens with
actually, I'm going to choose the new student one too.
Okay, let's go.
Finally, there we go.
Let's go.
Round 4. quadro round, loud round, fourth round, 네 번째 라운드, 연매 라운드.
So the reason why Warren keeps saying these ridiculous things is because we are lagging horrendously. Right? Oh, here we go.
Okay. Round 4, we have shouting the move name when you do so you have clearly One Piece on the example here. Those characters, whenever they do a move, they like shout the move name every time they do it. They're like, oh, gomu punch, you know, like yeah, like ice kick, you know, like always. You know? And on the right side, you have the Hot Springs episode. You know, happens in every slice of life show for some reason. They go to a hot springs, all of them together. It could be an OVA.
Even more sus if it's an OVA.
Oh, it's 100% just sus if it's an OVA.
Yeah. I really like the shouting the attack name thing. Like,
You like it? Why?
I feel like it helps so much with the show. Like when I'm watching a fight sequence and we start to use the move, I'm like, give him the punch, give it to them. And then they do it. I'm like, let's go. He did it, you know? Like I think a really good example of a show that's doing it well is Demon Slayer. Like each of the people has like these powers, like elements or whatever. Like Tanjiro does water, right? And then like he has these different. They have an interesting thing where he has these stances are his moves, right?
Dance.
And like he's been pulling out combinations. He does the move, and you're like, "Let's go! It's time for the thing that looks like a circle." You know, that's gonna come out. You know, I really like that in my fight sequences. I think it adds some flavor, like Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha, right? Like that's iconic. Frieza Death Beam. You know, those are some iconic moves.
I feel like this round is capitalism versus capitalism, you know, marketing versus marketing, you know. The reason, my belief on why they have the name shouting sequences is probably because they need the names for the video games, you know?
Oh.
You're playing those video games, you gotta know what move you're using, you know? You wanna use Kamehameha? Well, you up, down, B, up, down again, you know? Like, you gotta do that. So to me, I don't know. It feels like a clear marketing tactic. Same with the Hot Springs episode.
Though.
Same with the Hot Springs episode. They're always like, oh, sus things.
Is that all? Is that what they're like? I don't know what you were gonna say there.
Okay, I'll let me be upfront and honest. This was the image I'm using here, where people's heads are just out of the water.
It's the most safe for work picture.
It was the most safe for work image I could find.
Hey, sometimes you gotta spend some budget on some jiggle, apparently, right? Like these anime companies. That being said, you know, shouting the move names is great. One of my favorite anime characters, Saber. Whenever she does Excalibur, I get so hyped, dude. Like. Because you know what's gonna happen, dude.
Does she shout Excalibur?
When she uses, like, Excalibur's like her finishing move, essentially, right? When she screams Excalibur, because the move is considered like a fortress busting level move, like as plus tier, you know shit's gonna go down when she screams Excalibur. And it gets me so hype. You know?
The thing I don't get about the Hot Springs episode that I'm gonna mention because I think it's gonna lose. It's like there's always like it's still a thing. Like there's the troublemaker, three boys.
They're gonna peek. They're gonna peek.
Get on each other's backs. Take turns peeking on the other side.
If it's a romance one, they're gonna end up on either the boy side or the girl side, and then one person's gonna have to hide the other person.
Oh my!
100% that's gonna happen.
It's literal crime.
Anita, you like shouting move names?
I do. I feel like I used to watch a lot of shonen when I was growing up, and like. I think it's pretty cool. I think it makes things more iconic, more memorable to the characters.
All right, let's go.
Shonen for the win. Shouting the move name wins. 5th round. Round 5.
Okay.
The beach episode versus Sundays. Not like I ain't like you or anything, idiot.
Okay, I have a clear favorite here.
Well, the beach episode.
Yeah, the beach episode.
What?
It happens usually in the middle of the show, like around episode 7 or so. There's no plot. They go to the beach, you know,
and hijinks happen. You know,
just things happen. You know, because
I got a question. Is this watermelon smashing thing a thing? Like where they kind of play like piñata, but with a watermelon on the ground?
Do I look
Oh.
Japanese to you? I don't know. Like,
I think
wouldn't you get sand in
seen
your
it.
in your watermelon? Like,
eat it too.
I don't
Spice, I
understand
guess.
that. You know, tsunderes
Sundays.
I think are like one of the best things that anime has ever made.
Really?
It's a
Yes.
character trait that has been blessed.
Dude,
my
tsunderes
God.
are the best. Like, okay, in real life, a tsundere is someone who's like being mean or snarky, even though they don't actually mean it because they're actually dere, which means like they're actually lovey-dovey. I don't know. In practice, that person would just be like a rude person in real life. You know,
Bully.
like, oh, don't touch me, but you know, it's okay. You know, like something like that. It'd be like, stop. What are you doing? What are we doing here, right?
See, it's the meanness, the rudeness, all of it's forgivable because she's
Is it?
shy. And she's embarrassed. You know, that's the layer that it is. Come on, if you're a weeb, you like tsundere. That's a rule.
Yeah, dude,
This is a thing.
tsundere has to win here.
What?
Warren, right?
Dude, there's like not beach episodes. They're like throwaway episodes. Who
Bro,
cares about it?
if we have a festival episode though, I could with some you
too.
I could be down for that, but not a beach episode.
Anita, why do you
Hey.
actually like the beach episode?
Well, I
Do
feel
you
like
like seeing naked men? Is that what it is?
no, what? It's always like usually it's like a vacation type. Like there's a break and it's more fun. Like it's very lighthearted with a lot of like drama based plot. So like it's a break, right? So I don't know. I like the break in the plot. Without it's just too much. I think.
See, now here's my counter argument. The break in the plot would be more enjoyable if there's more tsunderes involved. You know, like just
Completely
putting
agree.
that out there. It's correlation, causation. In fact, you know.
Name some
more
famous tsunderes
tsundere.
for the people at home.
Taiga from Toradora is one of the
Toradora.
classics.
Tosaka Rin from Fate
Tosaka Rin.
series.
Suzumiya
Chitoge.
Harui,
Yeah.
Chitoge.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you watch a show and there's a blonde girl, if they look like this girl here, where they look slightly angry, is blonde, has a twin tail, that's a tsundere right there.
You could also say someone like Makase Kurisu from Steins Gate would also probably count under a
she's a
tsundere.
soft tsundere, you know, a
You know,
realistic one.
tsundere supremacy, right, Warren?
Let's go.
What?
Let's go.
Go.
Giga taught me.
It's like my favorite trope, honestly. I think I'm gonna pull
What's
hard
the
for that one.
Senjogara? She's also tsundere.
She even says tsundere service at a certain point in one of the
She
seasons.
does. She does. Round 6. Round 6, we have transformation sequences. You know, they transform from their school
boy.
uniforms into their superhero uniforms, and somehow they don't get attacked in between. So that's a transformation sequence versus the Truck-kun Sender of Isekais.
So, yeah, let's explain that. Isekai is an entire like genre that's very popular in the last couple of years, where essentially someone like by some means, the most common means these days or the most cliched memes is like someone gets hit by a truck or a bus, right, Anita? And then they die in their world, but they get sent to some fantasy world. Is a very common thing that
okay,
happens
okay.
right now, all the time. Like there are so many isekais right now. I love Truck-kuns though. I think it's so funny. when it
Really?
happens. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, transformation sequences though.
I don't know why Truck-kun it is like every time. There's other ways to die, but it's always a truck.
My favorite isekai, like them getting isekai'd, is in Konosuba,
Oh yeah.
where the guy thinks this tractor's gonna hit this girl, right, Anita? So he pushes her out of the way, and he doesn't get hit by the tractor. He dies of shock while peeing himself. That's what happens.
What?
That's how he dies, in the most embarrassing way possible. I mean, you like transformation sequences. Why do you like that?
Well, transformation sequences I think are more iconic to like magical fantasy animes, I guess, like magical girls, right? And the picture that Warren chose here is from Sailor Moon, and I love the Sailor Moon sequences. They were my favorite. They're so pretty.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Truck-kun
And
wins.
then the music comes in too, and it's
But we got
sparkly.
Hachukuji from Monogatari on the right side, who I have a figure of on my shelf.
Oh, is that Hachukuji? I didn't
That's
recognize.
Hachukuji. Because if you look
I
at the
guess that's
bottom
true.
bit, that's 100% her, right?
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. I just chose
you know,
one.
I'm going to pick transformation sequences.
There you go, Doug.
I know I love it. I know I'm the watcher of isekai because I've seen like most of them, right? That being
Personally,
said,
I mean, has being someone who has seen a lot of Marvel movies, seen a lot of superhero transformations, we don't need a full-on transformation sequence. I vote for Truck Kun.
I'm voting transformation sequence. It's similar to the shouting of the move of the name of the move. It's very similar in that, and most of those shows have both of those things going on. Actually,
They do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What
Kind of
usually
over.
happens is they transform, and then coming out of the transformation, they're like, friendship, beam. Round seven. We have the NEET high schooler gets sent to isekai. It's always a NEET high school student, which means, they don't have a job, they don't have a lot of friends.
They're shut-in at home.
Yeah, they play a lot of video games. They don't leave their homes. That kind of deal. So that's one thing.
Yeah, and the one time they go to the convenience store, they get hit by a truck or something, and they get teleported to a magical world. Right? What's the other one, Warren?
It's the student council basically rules the school. I don't know why, but like this is always a thing where like the student council is basically royalty. There's a caste system going on. Like some shows even mention it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
Doug?
Kakeguri, the gambling anime,
Yeah.
they're talking about the power of the school council in that world, in this gambling world that they're in. And at one point, they make a claim that it's more powerful than the government, the student council,
Japanese government,
because this student council of this most prestigious school in Japan makes the future leaders, and therefore it's more powerful than the existing leaders, something like that. Hey, I'm gonna pick. If I had to pick one of these, student council ruling the world, because like one of my top 2 favorite shows, Kaguya-sama, like it literally deals with student councils the entire time.
I mean, there's other shows about like student councils and whatnot, right? Some are more realistic than the others. Some treat the president as if she or he is like a celebrity, and like people have trouble talking to this person because they shine and they have glow coming from their hair like Jesus or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, I've never gone to a high school in Japan, so I can't say for sure. But I would bet my money.
Student council,
just normal
in
people
America.
too.
I had no clue who the student council president was, or any of that. Like, no
I
clue.
knew.
Yeah, and
really?
mind my pronunciation before. It's Kaguya. I don't know what I was saying before. Is it getting
Kaguya-sama.
a NEET high schooler getting sent to an isekai though is so cliched at this point where it's kind of funny because like it happens in everything, right? No Game, No Life, Konosuba, ReZero.
Konosuba itself is like
Is a parody of the
cliche
genre.
breaker.
Yeah.
Right. They were like, oh yeah, cliches. We're gonna break
Which
all of
cliche do you think you would like more?
them. Man, I'm kind of split. Not gonna lie. I guess I would choose the NEET high school kid goes to isekai. There's a bit more expandability to it. I guess I don't know. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun to imagine yourself in it. No, what would you do if you get hit by a truck tomorrow and you get sent to Lord of the Rings?
Die. I think that's what would happen.
Realistically speaking, yes.
I would die. What about you, Anita?
I'm not too familiar with either of these tropes too much, but I feel like student council ruling seems more like it's kind of realistic because it's set usually in a realistic plot, but it's just interesting that it's given that much importance. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but I don't know. I find it more interesting.
It's student council. I think you could add on like club system in Japan. Is so expensive.
Yeah, clubs and
Koraku.
Yeah, let's
TV
pick
shows.
that. I'm gonna throw that in there.
生徒会の勝利です。はい。はい。Round 8. Round 8. We have the school festival episodes versus oh no, I'm late for school. Let me put a toast in my mouth. The school festival episodes, they're actually like usually an arc, not usually just an episode. They have a whole big school festival. They do a play, a band performs,
Right.
clubs do things. Each class does like an exhibition.
There's
or
a maid cafe randomly. Yeah.
They do scary houses, that kind of deal. The oh no, I'm late for school. Let me put a toast in my mouth. I don't know why. they're late for school. They need to eat breakfast, so they put a toast on their mouth while they run to school. Have you seen those, Anita?
Man, Warren, this grammar's hilarious.
I don't know if I've seen like an actual show with where that happens, but I guess maybe to me it feels a little dated. You know, like I feel like is it still popular? I don't know.
I mean, it's more like a trope of like the 90s, not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
half of the examples that I have on the screen for toast on my mouth, they're like parodies, right? Like
Okay. So it's more like
right, because
making fun of it.
the one on the top far left and the third and the one on the top far right are High School Boys, Daily Lives of High School Boys, which is a clear comedy show. Second one is Chitoge from what's that show called? I forget.
Nisakoi.
Yeah, which is also like comedy too. So, I don't know. I feel like it's like a joke point. What's the word? Comedy point. You know, it's like something everyone is aware of nowadays, and like they just make fun of it.
I think School Festival is a better anime cliche.
I
just
agree.
because
I agree.
There's always like things that can happen at this festival, like oh no, we need help to be in this, or oh my god, the love interests are the male female leads of the play. You know, that's another thing that always happens. And there's a kiss scene. Oh my god, right? Like that always happens.
See, now, what's special about the festival episode is a lot of them end with folk dances at the end. There's a campfire. Everyone's dancing. Who is the main character gonna dance with?
I wonder who. Not the childhood friend.
No. What they do is they use the childhood friend here, and then they do a twist by throwing her away for the next episode.
Oh, that's so sad.
And the ending scene is the two people dancing and her crying in a corner. That sometimes happens on these shows. You know, we're picking that just because, shout out to childhood friend again. Let's go.
Alrighty. We're
Round
moving on
two.
to the round of 8. Quarterfinals? Is that the word? Yeah, quarterfinals?
These are quarters, if it will
Quarters.
load.
Oh, man.
God.
Internet is not working today. Internet is not working today. Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way. You guys have anything more to add for State of Nation?
I mean, I might be going on vacation at some point in the end of
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
September. I think we might be going to Rhode Island or something.
Ooh, Rhode Island sounds fun.
Should I try to refresh this, Warren?
If you try to refresh it, we'll lose all progress. That's
Really?
I believe that is the case.
I don't think so, but okay.
You don't think so? Okay, no, you can.
Oh,
go
it's
for it
going,
then.
it's going.
It's loading.
Yay.
Oh, hey.
All right. You have the new student versus childhood friend.
Childhood friend. Even
Childhood
if you
friend.
don't.
New student.
What?
New student.
Childhood friend.
Anita, it's funny when they lose.
It's not. It's sad.
There's a show right now. There was a show that was in the Spring Court where it's like, I don't know. The ending tagline of the show is where the childhood friend doesn't lose, right?
That's the name of the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know why the childhood friend doesn't lose? Every single love interest was his childhood friend.
Wow.
So that's what they did. I think all 3 or 4 of the girls were all his childhood friends at different points of his childhood.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, round 2. You have student council royalty versus store-bought chocolate does not exist.
Let's go with the
Oh.
chocolate. I think Valentine's Day episodes are kind of cute.
Yes, I love Valentine's Day. So yes,
I think that's really
chocolate.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, also shout out to Quintessential Quintuplets. Y'all should be watching that if you're not. Good
Round 3, we have Sundays versus school festivals. Oh man, this is
School
a
festival.
show. Sundays. What, Anita?
Festival.
this is like the finals. This is hard.
Sundere service. Come on.
Okay,
Anita.
here's the thing. Okay, you know what? School festivals are fun, but they are genre limited to school shows, you know? How can you have a school festival when they're like apocalyptic, post-apocalypse fighting warriors,
Well,
However, they can have tsunderes in any plot context.
It's not like I
environment,
love you.
settings.
Baka.
Baka. It's not like I want to win or anything.
And then they slap them or something, right?
Punch, Anita, why do you not like tsunderes? What is it about
What
them
is
that
it
you
about?
don't like?
They're just rude and mean.
Well, you know what, Anita, you're being rude and mean to me right now. My heart, my feelings are hurt.
Anita, are you a tsundere? Not telling us?
No.
All right. You know, but you know what? We're picking it. Too bad, Anita.
Baka.
Are there
Alright.
male tsundere characters? There are as well.
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Vegeta from Dragon Ball.
That is true, actually.
Transformation sequences versus shouting the move.
This is
name.
like the same thing. I'm gonna say the
dang.
move name, the shouting, like the attacks, is so much better. Although, not an anime, but Power Rangers Morphin Time was kind of lit.
Oh,
back in the
yeah.
day. It's Morphin Time, Pterodactyl. You know, bro, that was my shit.
Go ahead, choose
tough.
transformation sequences. You know, like
What?
they're just always like really well animated.
The Sailor Moon one's
Yeah.
good.
I was gonna say, like, when it's
yeah.
done really well, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
All right, god damn it,
I mean,
transformations.
VAs are nice, but cool animation is cool too. All right, we're moving on to the semifinals. You got some
If it loads.
hard-going cliches. We have some hard internet issues today. Like Anita dropped out for 30 minutes in the
Yeah.
beginning.
I'm on LAN. It's the website that this is on.
Man, it's because it's in Korea. They've been probably infected by COVID.
That being said, the Sailor Moon transformation sequence is iconic, though.
It is.
Here we go.
All right, we have childhood friend versus store-bought chocolate does not exist. Man,
Chocolate. Let's go.
You know what does? You know, how about instead of choosing the childhood friend, gives you homemade chocolate? Boom. That's the answer.
And you think it's friendship chocolate. You don't realize.
And then there's tsundere, so they go
Oh.
baka when they're giving you it. That's the combo.
And then they get hit by truck-kun.
Wait, no, but like childhood friend is the best because so there's. Do you know the term best girl? Right, like.
Yeah, I think
That means
yeah,
there's
I
like
think I know what it
multiple
means.
romantic interests or best boy, but like this is the best person here. But most of the time, this best person doesn't win. Most of the time, the childhood friend is best girl, especially in a lot of these shows. You really like the store bought chocolate doesn't exist anymore. You like the chocolate making stuff.
Yeah, I like the Valentine's episode. Yeah.
Dude,
Warren?
making chocolate is so much effort. Like, it's unrealistic, in my personal opinion.
It's no way. Okay, the way they make chocolate in these animes isn't even really making chocolate. Like
No.
they're just transforming it. They buy like chocolate, they melt it, and they put it in a mold. Right. I
And
mean,
they
it's-
always
But it's
burn
the
it for some
thought
reason.
that
You know what?
counts.
Actually, you know, I heard tempering chocolate is very, very hard.
It is. It is.
True.
Yeah.
It's an art.
Why would you want to do that when you can see other people fall in love? Childhood friends!
Hey, you know, if anyone ever dates Warren in the future, just buy them store-made chocolate because he's a basic person.
He doesn't
you know?
care,
He doesn't care.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All right, childhood friend. Let's go.
All right.
I think it's going to be tsunderes
Tsundere
versus
versus
All right,
transformation
Anita,
sequence.
tsundere's got to win here. What are we doing? You know,
They don't have to.
Anita, who's your favorite anime character?
she likes Levi from Attack
I
on
mean,
Titan.
Levi literally a tsundere.
No, he's not my favorite character.
All right. Oh no, you like Hanji, right? Yeah, never mind.
I feel like I see. Maybe it has to do with like how I grew up watching some of these, but like they used to be like really old '90s ones, and then they had like the transformation, like Card Capture Sakura. If anybody knows that one.
Now imagine if Sakura was a tsundere. That show would have been so much better.
Nice and kind to everyone.
Boring. Oh, bland.
There's
I
no
would rather
spice.
choose-
We want some spice, not this vanilla characters, right? Come on, we
I
want
want a
some
girl
spice.
to be rude to me.
We want rudeness.
Warren.
Are you just a masochist, bro? I don't really know, fam. Do you like getting humiliated even though she actually has affection for you, Warren?
You know what?
Unclear.
Well, it's more realistic than watching someone transform into a superhero IRL. So I would choose.
You know what's
tsundere.
bad? Some of these shows with the transformation sequence, like it happens every single fight too. You know, you're like,
That's-
again,
yeah.
fam. Like we don't got a quick transformation sequence. You know, like boom. You know,
Sometimes.
No, especially with like shows that are like aimed towards like people between 5 and like 15. Like there's always like every episode in about the 18th minute there's a
it's
transformation
morphin time, dude.
sequence.
It's morphin
Yeah.
time. I pick Sundare's.
Tsundere.
Let's go.
Tsundere.
Overpowered here.
Right.
I think we ended up with my two favorite. I think it's Childhood Friend versus Tsundere, right?
Oh man, is it the battle? Every show, every harem show, and
it actually is. We could just start talking about it now because I'm pretty sure those were the two.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. So like, if you like, even if you're watching Nisekoi, for example, like it's a tsundere versus a childhood friend versus two girls that nobody cares about, which is very sad. because they're
correct.
great,
No,
but-
that's true. That's true.
yeah. But like it's always the harem trope, right? Like
Anita, which do you like more? Childhood Friend?
Anita probably doesn't know because she doesn't watch harem.
Anita, if you had a harem, Anita, right? If there was a swarm of males, right, who want to give you affection, right? Do you like either one of them who's your childhood friend, or do you like one that's a little bit mean to you, but you actually could tell that he actually likes you a lot, but he's just embarrassed?
Now, okay, Anita, let me translate that a little bit, right? You have a guy who's like he's nice. You've known him for your entire life. You know, you wanna date him, or you wanna date the bad boy who actually like cares a lot, but like
And
he's,
does like
he's
volunteer
shy.
and does volunteer
There's
work.
a whole different trope.
No, it's a very similar trope. This is very similar. How is this very different? Doug, do you
'Cause
agree with me?
What are you saying?
Like bad boy tropes, tsunderes.
It's kind of similar. He's like a bad guy. He's kind of rude to you, but you know, he actually works at a soup kitchen on the weekends, you know? And he actually takes care of his little brother at
He
home.
volunteers.
Yeah, and
Has a
once
little
you
cat at
actually
home.
and once you start dating him, like he'll defend you like no tomorrow because he's the only one who can be rude to you. Anyone else is rude to you, he'll punch them in the face.
But he's still rude to me. That's still rude.
But it's because he loves you, Anita, not because
what
he's mean.
kind of logic is that?
But okay, if you've known this person your entire life, this person is basically family. You gonna kiss family? What is wrong with you?
Okay, to be honest, I hate both of these.
You hate both of these.
But the least of these two evils, I think, is the childhood friend.
You know, here's the thing. This is an interesting conversation because neither of these, like, unless you're extreme, like, okay, childhood friend has a higher likelihood to occur than tsundere in real life, but like, neither of these are realistic. Like,
Exactly.
let's be real here.
They're honestly just male fantasies. Like, let's be honest.
That's so true, actually.
I mean, I don't know. All my childhood friends are guys, and I'm not into guys. So, like, what can I say, right? Like,
You know what, Warren? I'm gonna pick childhood friend.
what?
I'm gonna pick childhood friend.
It's because you like Saber, isn't it?
Yeah, I like Saber
Because
more
you
than
like
Rin.
Saber.
Yeah. I know Saber is not Emiya's childhood friend, but she acts like it versus a straight up tsundere in that.
All right. Well, I guess
Childhood
final
friend.
winner
Hey, I
is
guess.
childhood friend. The one with short hair is cheerful, is caring, but loses all the time. Thank you for joining Soju Talk. この番組はご覧のスタンド提供でお送りします。
All right, let's get back to the script real quick because I think we got a couple more things. Next week, we have to address this.
Okay.
The next 2 weeks, I think a lot of it is because of let's avoid BTS. A lot of it is, oh my god, the Olympics are happening. Not a lot of K-pop for the next couple of weeks. We're gonna try to supplement the show. If we think of zero ideas, maybe we'll take a week break. But you know, next week we thought of an idea. We could just say it now, so you guys can think about it yourselves. We're going to each drop our top 5 best songs of 2021 so far. So any song up to this week we can choose that came out in 2021.
Okay.
Top
So
five.
ring, and ring.
But next week in terms of the actual releases, so Tuesday, Baekhyun, Wednesday, Heartfelt, and then there's a Pepsi song, which is Hongjun and Yuno from ATEEZ, Yoojung and Yuna from Brave Girls, Shonyu, Hyungwon, and IM from Monster X, and Rain are going to be in this Pepsi song.
Rain.
Apparently. Also, another thing, Shonyu's going into the military at the end of the month. That also came out this week. But he's going to be a social worker because he's had a bunch of health problems like that detached retina. And he has he had leg problems at a certain point. And then Thursday, only one of. So those are the only releases. None of them are that big. So we're going to do something special instead.
Well, that's offensive to only one of fans.
I'm sorry. Objectively speaking, though, y'all know how it is. But this has been Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll be back next week when we drop our top 5 lists. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.